So it's a beautiful Monday morning. Well, slightly overcast, but the sun is trying to come out, which is good. So yes, as I said in my last episode, I'm going to be doing a trip over the Cat Fiddle. So me and Mr. Wolf in front on his beautiful Hyper Motard. Yeah, we're going over to Macclesfield together, so I can get rid of these damn tyres. So at the minute we're heading on the road to Matlock, or one of the roads to Matlock I should say, obviously this isn't the only one. Yeah, and then we'll get this back, get new tyres fitted, have a nice ride back, and then yes, there'll be some fun times on the Cat and Fiddle Road. For those that don't know what the Cat and Fiddle Road is, so basically it's famous biking road. Unfortunately there were a hell of a lot of accidents on it, so they have put up lots of speed cameras, 50 mile an hour all the way through I believe, but obviously we'll see when we go up there. And yeah, there's a pub, Cat and Fiddle Inn, on the top of the hill, which is obviously where it gets its name from, and the road runs from more or less from Buxton to Macclesfield. If I remember correctly, somebody will probably correct me if I'm not, and obviously it's in the Peak District, so if you've never had the opportunity, or if you've never had the time to come up this way, then I will obviously be running it today, and you can see what I'll probably do, because if I don't cut this video down, it's going to be probably about 3 hours long, so I'll do a video that's probably got me waffling in it, and we'll have the road on it as well. And then I will do a video that is literally just the Cat and Fiddle route there and back. So yeah, so obviously if people just want to see that, then they could just see that without having to skip through minutes and minutes of me waffling. Cool. But anyway, yes, so we're on the road to Matlock. Again, Matlock having a massive affinity with bikes and biking. You know, you can't go through Matlock Bath without having rows and rows of bikes all parked up at the side, which is quite nice actually. I've driven through there a few times, and obviously when I was riding so long ago, I used to go down there quite often. Not too often to be fair, spent a lot of time up at Bonsall Moor, because that was when I was riding the supermotos, so I used to go up there and do a bit of off-roading and then ride back. Yeah, and then one time, I don't think that was at Bonsall Moor, but obviously one time riding back with no front light, which was interesting. Very, very nice policeman, rather than punishing me, decided to escort us home. In fact, I had Whiffy with me that time as well. And yeah, pulled us over, asked us what we were doing, where we'd been, usual kind of stuff. And at that time we only ran daytime. Well, I only ran a daytime MOT anyway, with having no lights, no indicators. And yeah, so we're only a couple of miles from home, so the nice man gave us an escort back, with me in the middle. So yeah, don't know who you were, Mr. Policeman, but you were alright by me, and I hope you haven't changed that much, because I don't know about other people, but certainly in my experience, you know, a lot of police officers, you know, they're all about the punishment rather than the people. So yeah, anyway, we'll see. I'll probably get a lot of stick for that one, no doubt. Yeah, so it's only about 60 miles for us to get up to Macclesfield. Hopefully get these tyres swapped out, which would be nice. Hopefully I'll get to the bottom of why they didn't fit them in the first place. As you can imagine, when the bike got dropped off, I was less than impressed about the fact that the new tyres were not fitted. May have been a reason for that. I mean, I may have just got lost in translation, or somebody forgot to do it, but it's just another problem in a long string of problems that I've had with this bike shop. I'm not going to mention names. You know, the more savvy of you, I don't know why I'm doing 14 or 50, the more savvy of you can Google bike shops in Macclesfield. You know, it probably is the biggest one there, I'll be honest. So yeah, it's just been issue after issue, really. Thank you, Mr. Lorry Driver, for not pulling out on me. So yeah, I went down there, early May, sorry, it's June now. Went down there in early May, and obviously went down to have a look at a few bikes, sat on a few, and yeah, it really just came down to this one that was more comfortable. So I was like, yep, this is the one that I want. Paid my deposit, sorted out the other bits while I was there, spoke to the guy about the tyres, showed me a lovely stack of A537 tyres, looking at the different compounds, because I think they had the sports and the sports touring one, so obviously I've gone for the sports touring, but yes, anyway, did that, did what I needed to do. They said, look, we need to get the bike into the workshop, just to check it over, and then we'll get it back to you, let you know when you can come pick it up. Look, brilliant, great, not a problem. I know they were quite busy at that time, so we said it'd be 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, not a massive problem, because Rob was looking for his bike at the same time. So we were hoping that it would have been well timed, that he got his, I got mine, and then we can obviously go out and start riding, do what we wanted to do. Fine, so I left it at that. Got a couple of messages, probably after about 10 days, saying your bike's in the workshop, being worked on. So, you know, you start getting a little bit excited at that, don't you? Your bike's in the queue to be worked on, it's going through the workshop, great. And then I got a phone call from one of the guys there saying, we've had to order some parts, hopefully they'll be in with a few days, and then everything will be good, you can come pick your bike up. Great, awesome. And then I didn't get a phone call this time. I'm trying to remember the timeline, because honestly this has gone on for a month. Yeah, didn't get a phone call, just got another text message saying that we've ordered parts for your bike again. As soon as they come in, obviously we'll let you know, and then it'll be back in the workshop again. I was like, oh, okay, not an issue. So, rang up with the annoying phone system that they have. Honestly, I'm not joking, it is the worst phone system I've used for a while. So you ring up, go through the options, and then, you know, you get to hear the lovely hold music. Sorry, all our operators are busy at the minute, your call is important to us, we will answer it soon, blah blah blah. So that goes on normally for about 20 minutes, and then you'll hear a lovely message saying, you're the only one in this conference, and then you get disconnected. So you have to ring back again, and go through it all again, and hope that somebody answers. Generally, the second time they do answer, after you've been waiting for probably another 15 minutes. So, not a big fan of the phone system, and when you're having to ring up probably a couple of times a week, it can get really, really annoying. And again, if somebody does answer the phone, you know, it depends who you get. Some of them are really helpful, some of them not so helpful. I have to say, and I know I'm not naming the place, but big shout out to Will and Jack, because really they have kind of kept me sane throughout this process. Will's been mega at keeping me informed, and you know, they've both been really apologetic, so I can't fault them really, but obviously apologetic doesn't get me a bike. So anyway, this goes on, and the upshot is that they ordered the fork bushers, and they ordered them 3 times, and every time it was the wrong ones. They kept saying, oh, supplier sent us the wrong one, so we've had to go somewhere else that isn't our normal supplier. And the 3rd time they said, yeah, we've specifically measured the bushers, we know exactly which ones we need, and we know exactly which ones we're getting. And again, the 3rd time they came and they were wrong. and it transpired that they ordered the parts from eBay, which really just blew my fuse at the time. So I had a little bit of a go at Jack, which I did apologise for, because at the end of the day it's not his fault. So yeah, there was that. Yes, and then obviously 3 times, wrong parts every time. Got a phone call from Will saying, look, we know it's not good enough. Literally the last thing that they could do, and this is what they did to sort it out in the end, is they had to order a second-hand pair of forks and literally take the bushes out of that one. So although I said the forks have been rebuilt, they still have second-hand bushes in them, which, alright, probably isn't ideal. But it is what it is, but it means I've got my bike, so I'm happy. And probably at some point I'm going to be swapping the front forks out anyway. I'm going to drop in the 636 forks or something like that, just because these ones are... yes, interesting. No, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with that, and I still haven't set them up yet either. So yeah, that's on me. I didn't get the time to set them up the other day when I said I was going to attempt, but I'll get there eventually. Just having a steady ride over, so it's not too disastrous at the minute. And again, it still feels really tight, so yeah. So along with the issues I've had, obviously getting the parts in, the bike came without the new set of tyres that I wanted, which is why I'm riding it back now to get them fitted. And then they did put it through an MOT, and the MOT have failed it for not having a reflector on the back, which is the only time the bike's failed an MOT in its whole life. So when you check the history now, there's just one fail for something really, really stupid, which I don't know how other people feel about this, but I'm a little bit OCD about that kind of stuff, and now there's a big red fail with something that's stupid. I know it's not the MOT's job to fix stuff, but come on, it's a reflector. You could have just stuck one on, but hey ho, can't do anything about that now. And then yeah, so obviously it's been through its MOT, it's passed, it's MOT'd until 2020 now, and I don't have the MOT certificate, and I don't have the last MOT certificate either. So they are both missing from my pack, and hopefully I'm going to pick those up today. Yeah, and I think that's probably about it. Yeah, I'm starting to steam up. There we go. But yes, do like the Hypermotard. It's such a pretty bike. I don't know if you can see from there, but it's fitted a HP course exhaust, which just sounds awesome, I will say. I thought mine was loud, but when we start these two up, I can't hear my bike over that. But do like the noise of a twin. Definitely do. So probably fast forward to something a bit more interesting. Actually, we're not far from Viagelia, which again, another biking road. You'll probably see signs as we're going up it anyway, about biker beware and all that kind of stuff. I assume we're going left. I hope we're going left. Yes, we're going left. Yeah, so that'll be a little bit of fun. It's a nice road going up there. Very, very nice road. See the sign? Viagelia, Buxton, all the fun places. It's such a beautiful part of the country. Yeah. I do enjoy coming this way. And we are pulling over. Not sure why. Alright. So, just a bit of a stop to sort the sat nav out. yeah, so that's out. This bike shop, and some people may know who I'm talking about, some people may look it up. Like anywhere or anything, I'm not saying don't use them, I'm not saying don't go there, but just go in with your eyes open. They do have good deals, I will say that they do have very good deals, but it's not to say you won't find them elsewhere. It's not to say you won't find better bikes than the ones they tend to stock. I think that is very wet. I don't trust these tyres. Yeah, buyer beware, I guess, at the end of the day. And he's off. Showing off again. I don't like going over these things. That was not good. Ah, come on, get off the brakes, you stupid idiot. This is pretty much the start of it. As you can see, average speed check 50 all the way. Well, like I said, it's not so bad now. You still get the odd accident, but yeah, it used to be renowned for lots of bad, nasty accidents. Cat and Fiddle. Nothing has happened for a while, but you do get the odd sheep running into the road as well. No bonus points for hitting one of those. Can go down to the left. I think it's a bit of a shortcut. Obviously you want to just stay on this road. I think most sat-navs will take you down there because it's shorter, but definitely less interesting. The Hypermotard is an awesome bike to be on around here. Oh, that was bad. That one. So maybe beat into the junction, but yeah. like the van went down, just comes out there. Puddle.
in the middle of the road. Welcome to Macclesfield.
And that's the end of the footage. Turns out I was more bothered about memory card space and not about the batteries. But hey, probably run it again later in the year, so keep an eye out for that. Moral of the story is do not underestimate the importance of having a new set of tyres, because yeah, it made such a huge difference on the way back. Can't really express on here how much of a difference it made, but yeah, really good, really happy. Do a like, do a subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.